In West also universities are studying. Scientific projects are there to study hypnosis. And new research, again bringing hypnosis to the status of a science, because it can be used now. It is already used in hospitals, in surgery, because there is no need to give anesthesia. It is destructive to the body. Unnecessary harms the body. There is no need. Simple hypnosis can do that. There is no need for chloroform or any poison, any gas to make you unconscious. Only your cooperation is needed. And any operation is possible under hypnosis. Even hours are taken, many hours are needed. Hypnosis is enough. No anesthesia is needed. Many hospitals have started using it. Childbirth can be made absolutely painless. Not only that, can be made pleasurable, ecstatic through hypnosis easily. Just the mother has to cooperate and just trust, and then she can be hypnotized, suggested that there will be no pain when the child comes out of the womb. Rather, on the contrary, there will be intense pleasure. And it is possible that the woman, the mother giving birth, can have such a deep orgasm through birth that no sexual orgasm can be any comparison to it. Because the same mechanism is involved. The same mechanism which gives the sexual orgasm, the bliss that comes through sex, is involved. And involved more totally. And the child passes through the same passage. Once the woman feels, and the suggestion is there, that this is going to be a very ecstatic feeling, she will achieve a peak. And I think in the past, women used to achieve that peak. They have lost that capacity. Not only lost, birth has become painful. This is again a suggestion. So you can see, more civilized the society, more pain in childbirth. Less civilized the society, less pain. In India there are many primitives which don't know any pain in childbirth. No pain at all. And there are some tribes even on the earth today, in Tibet and in other interior parts of Mongolia, where women go simply mad in ecstasy when the child is born. And that may be the cause. Because every woman deeply longs to be a mother. No man longs to be a father. He wants to be a husband. No woman simply longs to be a wife. She wants to be a mother. That's a basic difference. And the reason I think is that in old days, in very ancient days, women used to achieve the supreme pleasure of their life through childbirth. That has remained in their unconscious still. They want to be mother. A father is just formal. You don't achieve anything through becoming a father. You don't give any birth. You are just an spectator. So father is just a social convention. Mother is natural phenomenon. Father can be any day discarded. It is just institutional. Mother is a natural phenomenon. Every woman longs to be a mother. Only then she feels fulfilled. That this feeling must be based on some ecstasy that was there in the beginning. and women have lost it. It is just a suggestion that childbirth is painful. But through centuries it has gone deep. It can be changed. Many illnesses can simply disappear through hypnosis, because really they don't exist there. They are just in your mind. 50% illnesses are just in the mind. They don't have any organic existence. They can simply disappear. There is no need for any medicine, injections, any pathies to be worked upon you, because then those medicines poison you. Your body goes toxic, and then you suffer. You suffer less from your illnesses, more from your medicines. And there are so many doctors that if you can escape death, but you cannot escape the doctors. They will kill you in the end. Whatsoever you do, they will kill you. 50% diseases can simply disappear from the earth. Hypnosis is a great force. But with every force there is danger. It can be misused. But just because a force can be misused, you need not go against it. Because anything can be misused. And if it can be misused, that shows it can be used also. So become more vulnerable, become more suggestible, become more available to hypnosis. That means you will become more intelligent, more cooperative, more trusting.
Beloved Bhagwan, I understand you to have said that in hypnosis one's problems can be worked out on an unconscious level, and that this method has the advantage over psychotherapy in that it can cover a lot more ground in a far shorter time. Is it necessary merely for the contents of the unconscious to surface during hypnosis, or does the conscious mind need to be made aware of those contents for the clearing to be complete?
The conscious mind has to be made aware. Otherwise, there will be no change. Contents of the unconscious mind are repressed by the conscious mind. To reverse the process, they have to be brought back to the conscious mind. And conscious mind has to express them instead of repressing them. Because of repression, they had gone into the unconscious. Unless the reverse process of expression is there, they will remain. They can be available to the hypnotist, but the conscious mind does not know about. For the conscious mind, they are still repressed. And it is only through the conscious mind that they have the way to go out of your being. From the unconscious mind directly there is no door. Contact can be made, but there is no way for any content to go out of unconscious mind directly. First it has to come to the conscious mind. It is just like your main gate. You have entered from the main gate. If you want to go out, you have to go to the main gate. Otherwise, you will remain confined. Unconscious mind, and as deeper you go, the walls become thicker. Collective unconscious mind has more thicker walls, and cosmic unconscious mind is almost unapproachable, very difficult by even the hypnotist to find out what is hidden there. But if first the unconscious mind's contents are released through the conscious mind, bringing them to the notice of the conscious mind, not only to the notice but the recognition, acceptance and expression. That's why I said it should be recorded as a proof. Otherwise the unconscious mind will deny. If you say to somebody that you want to marry your mother, the conscious mind will simply deny that it is all nonsense. What are you talking? I have never thought about it. And he is right, he has never thought about it. But the mother was the first woman in his life. And he loved her. And he got her love. And he has been jealous of the father since then. That's why every society has made it a discipline to respect your father. That is just to prevent the natural tendency of being jealous and disrespectful. And every society has made it a point that you cannot even be allowed to think that you would like to love your mother. Even to think of it, you will feel you are just being mad. But there was a day in your childhood when you had longed it. Slowly you repressed it. That was not allowable. So just if the hypnotist tells you that this thing is in your unconscious, you are not going to accept it. It should be recorded. And not one time but many times, so that you can be made clearly alert that this content is there. And you can relax and let that content come directly to your conscious mind, not by the information through the hypnotist. You follow me? He is telling you, but that will not help. His telling can only do one thing if he can convince you that such a content exists in your unconscious mind, and you allow it in your silence to surface to the conscious mind. From there it can be released. You know that it is absurd. It has no meaning. Perhaps in your childhood you had the desire, but now you can understand it is meaningless and you can release it. Rather than repressing inside, you can throw it out. And as the unconscious becomes empty, then the collective unconscious starts speaking. Only then. As the collective unconscious becomes empty, then there is a possibility of the cosmic unconscious to speak. And once your whole lower part of the mind, the depth of your mind, is cleaned away. It is such a freshening experience, as if 24 hours you are taking showers. And once this lower part is unburdened, then you are ready to move upwards very easily. But the conscious mind is the only door for the higher, for the lower. Anything that is going to happen has to happen through the conscious mind. Sigmund Freud and his school has not been very successful for the simple reason. You will be surprised to know that first he had been an apprentice of a hypnotist, a very famous hypnotist in France. It is there only that he developed the idea of psychoanalysis, that what comes up in deep hypnosis can be brought through the dreams. But he forgot one thing, and that's what is missing in psychotherapy. First, you cannot remember all your dreams. 6 hours you are dreaming. You can remember perhaps one dream, the last, when you were just waking up. Secondly, you cannot be convinced that a dream is a reality. Thirdly, the dream is not going to repeat itself. And for any scientific work, repeated experimentation is absolutely necessary so that you can come to a conclusion without exception. A dream may come once and may not come again, because there are so many dreams. So the person's conscious mind is never convinced that this dream content has any reality. Thirdly, the dream is a different language. It is not the language of the conscious mind. It is pictorial. It is not alphabetical. And that is one of the greatest troubles. And because of it, psychoanalysis has to disappear. It cannot continue. So the whole thing depends on the psychoanalyst to interpret. He can tell you the dream, but the dream says nothing unless he interprets it. Now that interpretation may be just his personal prejudice. And that's how, if you go to Freud, everything comes to sex. Whatever you dream, you cannot dream anything out of which he will not conclude that it is sex repression. The same dream you take to Jung and it will be from the collective unconscious. A myth, a mythology from your past lives. Take the same dream to Adler and it is nothing but ambition, will to power. So if there are 1,000 interpreters, there will be 1,000 meanings to the dream. In hypnosis, it is not a pictorial language that the unconscious uses. He uses the same language as the language conscious mind uses, because he is talking to a person's conscious mind, the hypnotist. So it is very simple and very clear. Sigmund Freud thought that he has developed a better method, for the simple reason because hypnotism is discarded, because it was condemned by the society. But psychoanalysis has not helped. What I am doing here, if you are just listening to me and your conscious mind becomes silent, the unconscious mind itself starts releasing its vapor. No language is needed, neither of dream nor ordinary language. It is just a repressed energy that starts coming up to the conscious and is released through the conscious. Once we have cleaned the lower side, then we can easily move to the upper realm. But that too one has to go through the conscious mind. And the upper wing is not having anything. Nothing is repressed there. There is no question that psychoanalysis will ever discover it, or any other school of psychology will ever discover it, because it has no dreams, it has no repressions, it is utter purity. Clean the lower mind, and just a simple method of meditation will give you the wings to move upwards. There is no barrier. You get more and more into light, deeper and deeper into bliss, and finally you come to a point where even you are no more. Nirvana.